Some leaders walk into a room and they immediately start talking. Great leaders will walk into a room and they immediately start listening. Today, I want to talk about one of the most underrated strategic skills you can have, and that's learning how to read a room. Reading the room isn't about being clever or manipulative. It's about noticing the dynamics, the energy, the unspoken signals, and adjusting your approach so you don't just speak at people, you actually connect with them, because that's the goal. Too often, we as leaders, we assume that silence equals agreement, but silence might mean hesitation. It might mean discomfort, and it might even mean dissent. If you don't learn to read those signals, you'll miss what's actually happening right in front of you, and you'll miss the chance to lead more effectively. Let me give you a real example from my own career. In a prior role, I used to hold monthly group meetings with my management team. I'd prepare, I'd bring everyone together, and I expected to hear strong contributions and discussion. But guess what? That's not what happened. It's not what I got. The room was quiet. I thought it was too quiet, quite frankly. And I knew it wasn't because my managers didn't have anything to say. I could tell from our side conversations, one-on-one interactions. I knew they had insights, concerns, and ideas. That wasn't novel to me. But in the group setting, no, nothing. They didn't contribute. So I read the room and I asked myself, okay, what's going on here, right? And the answer wasn't just about a lack of input. It was the group dynamic, right? Like for some reason, whether it was hierarchy, the politics, a comfort level amongst everyone, the group space wasn't a safe or productive environment for us having an open conversation. So it's on me as a leader. I made the change. I eliminated the monthly group meetings, got those off the calendar. I replaced them with the weekly one-on-ones that we had. And the difference was immediate. The same managers who were silent in the group suddenly opened up. They start sharing their challenges. They propose solutions. They gave me insights I would never have heard in that group setting. The outcome? I got clearer, more formalized input about what was happening in the business. And the managers, they actually felt heard and empowered. That's the power of reading the room, right? It's noticing when something isn't working and adjusting the environment so people can contribute. The strategic lesson is this. Reading the room is about these 3 steps, just to summarize, right? You want to look, right? So you want to observe, you want to interpret, and you want to adjust. On observation, you need to notice what's happening or not happening in the room. Interpretation, ask yourself, why are those dynamics occurring right now? Adjustment, change your approach so the room can function the way it needs to. In my case, that meant moving from group to one-on-one meetings. For you, it might mean pausing to ask clarifying questions, breaking into smaller groups, or simply changing your tone. The key is this: don't ignore the signals. Act on them, right? And pay attention so you can pick them up. So next time you walk into a meeting, whether it's with 2 people or 200 people, take a minute before you dive in. Scan the room. Notice the energy. Notice who's leaning forward, who's leaning back, who's silent, who's engaged, right? And then ask yourself, what adjustments do I need to make to unlock the real value in this room? Because strategy isn't just about what you plan. It's about how well you can adapt. And the ability to read a room, whether it's a physical room or a digital one, is one of the most strategic skills a leader can develop. And speaking of strategy, this has been a Strategy Saturday. Strategy Saturday, that's where we tackle the why. Execution Tuesdays, that's where we tackle the how. We have strategy and execution. We bring them both together, and that's how we make it happen. Until next time.